Hi there, this is Rebecca, your school counselor, and I am making this video today to talk to you a little bit about kindness. I have a story for you and a little presentation just around being kind. I like to start the year off with kindness as a theme because I just believe the more of it we have in the world, the better place we will have as our world. So I wanted to start off with a definition. Kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. 3 excellent words in that definition. We know what friendly is, using kind words and inviting people to play. And of course, generous is about sharing of yourself to make other people's world a better place. And being considerate, using manners and being polite, opening the door for people, really just thinking about others. All those rolled together is what makes up kindness. Now, kindness isn't always the easiest thing to show. It does take some strength and courage. There are definite times where kindness isn't the first thought on your mind, and we do have to practice it and make sure we are always strong enough to use kindness over anything else. So I have a story for you today called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? And if you've been at Salmon Creek for a while, then you have heard me read this story probably many times to you. But you'll see on the front cover there it says, A Guide to Daily Happiness for Kids. So the idea behind this story is that if you can use some of the things they talk about, it really makes you and the rest of the world a happier place. So let's see what it says. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. And when we read this in class, the kids always like to point out that even the puppy in this picture has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we're either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You can smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, When you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that's you. So that's the end of our story. Our story about bucket filling is also, a lot of that is the same as kindness. A lot of those were very kind gestures, very nice things you could do for people. You can even think how you could do some of those on Zoom. Like it had the page about inviting someone new to play. You might have new students in your class who haven't even gotten to meet you, and they may like if you reach out over email or Zoom just to say a special hello to them too. So let's talk just a little bit more about kindness before we wrap up today. It's super important to be kind to others, and it's also really important to be kind to yourself. I want you to remember that piece too. Kindness is for other people and also for how you treat yourself. When we talk about kindness, I always like the idea of a rock in a pond because I truly, truly believe that showing kindness to others spreads kindness throughout our community and even throughout our world. So you can even try this one at home. When I'm at school, sometimes I'll do this in my office too. If you take a bucket and you fill it with water and you go find a little rock and you drop the rock right in the middle of that bucket, right? Think of that rock as kindness. Drop it right in the middle of the bucket and you'll see these little ripples form, right? And the ripples go away from the rock and go all the way to the edge of the bucket. Because when you drop that rock in the middle, it spreads and it ripples out. Just like if you were to drop kindness in the middle, it will spread all the way to the edges, to people you don't even know who may get some kindness because you started an act of kindness that moved on to other people or helped other people be kind to others, and then others and others, just like the ripple in the pond. It's a really fun metaphor that I like to think of. And like I said, something you can totally try at home. So I'm going to give you just a minute to think about what can you do to show kindness to others, especially right now when we're stuck at home. You're with your family a lot. They need kindness too. Even brothers and sisters need some kindness. And if you're not with your teacher, but you're now back on Zoom with your teacher and your classmates. So I'm going to give you just a minute to think about what can you do to show kindness to others. And then I'll give you some ideas. So hopefully you've had a couple of things pop into your head now. So let's get some other ideas. Maybe some of these are the same ideas you had. You could do something at home like helping with a chore. You could give someone a hug. Say a thank you. Pleases work too. Manners are a good way to show kindness. Leave someone a nice note. You could do that online. You could do that in person. Sometimes even just a little sticky note that just says something nice to somebody really brightens their day. Let someone go first. If you're playing with someone or you're playing a family game or even when we're back at school, sometimes just letting somebody go first can really show them an act of kindness. Ask someone how you can help. Give a compliment, always a way to get somebody to smile. Ask someone about their day. Oh, and that one got covered. Hold the door open for someone. Another wonderful way to show kindness for somebody. So lots of good ideas up on the screen. Hopefully you had some others that I didn't have up there too that you were thinking of. But that's about showing kindness to others. So let's talk just for a brief moment about showing kindness to yourself. Don't forget to be kind to yourself too. This is super, super important that you learn how to talk to yourself kindly and how to act kindly to yourself, take good care of your body and your mind so that you can then help be kind to others. So one of my friends likes to write herself notes. She uses stickies sometimes or index cards and will write herself notes that she can read in the morning or read around the house, and it helps her remember how to talk nicely to herself. So take a moment and think of something that you could say to yourself, maybe on a note that you write or even just in your head. I put an example up there for you like, I got this. If something's challenging, or I'm having a hard time, I can say to myself, I got this. And it helps me feel a lot better and speak kindly to myself. So I'll give you just a second to think about a couple things you could say to yourself, and then I'll give you a few more examples. Hopefully you have a couple things coming to mind. But let me show you a couple more though. We have I got this up there. If I try, I can do anything. That's also a growth mindset, which we'll talk about at another point down the road here, but really like just, if I give it a try, I can do it. Today will be a good day. If you think to yourself every morning that today will be a good day, you're already off on the right foot. I can show I can do it. Another good one. It's okay to make mistakes. It is absolutely okay to make mistakes. Sometimes reminding yourself of that helps you find that kindness for yourself. And I am great. Very simple, very straightforward. There's our I know I can do it popped up. Gets covered by my circle sometimes. So just some other ways that you can be kind to yourself and show kindness to yourself. Talk to yourself kindly. That will help you put kindness out into the world. So get out there, spread that kindness. You found a couple activities you can try. I hope you enjoyed the story. I will definitely make some more videos and some more stories for you as we keep going on this year. I hope you all are doing well, and it was lovely to see you and read a story to you today. I'll see you soon. Bye.